Yeah, Jalen, Mac Jones, a Heisman candidate at quarterback. What do you see out of him and that Alabama passing game?
He's one of the great quarterbacks in our league and in the country right now. He's got some great weapons around him. I can tell he's coached well. He's developed a lot over the years. So I know Odin will have a great plan for us against him. We're going to execute it and to the best of our ability. But it's going to be a good game, and he's a great quarterback, and nothing but respect for him and what he's got going for the rest of this season for sure.
Tom?
Yeah, Jalen, I was going to ask you about Alabama too, just in terms of how big of a challenge are they after everybody you faced? Are they the biggest challenge you've seen? And when you add in their balance with Najee Harris in the run game and guys like Smith and Michie on the edges, I mean, how difficult is this?
It's SEC. You know, you're going to face great receivers, great running backs, quarterbacks, all the way down the list of lineup the whole year. So it's just another physical game with some great playmakers on the outside, a great back in the backfield with an experienced quarterback. So we just got to do our jobs and execute the plan that Coach Odom and Coach Carr is going to have for us in the back end, and just play our game. And if we do that, I don't see why we can't come out on top for sure. But like I said, it's going to be another physical game, and I'm ready for it.
Nikki?
Hey, Jalen, what did it mean to you to make that Jim Thorpe list? I think you were the only safety from the SEC on there.
It was definitely an honor. In high school, I always watched the Jim Thorpe Awards and kind of saw who was on it and kept up. But it's definitely a blessing to be on to even be mentioned on this the award and kind of list and everything, and be up for it for sure. But I give hats off to Coach Odom and Coach Carter for preparing me throughout this whole entire year, making me a better player and a better person. And I know I couldn't do it without them.
Trey?
Hey, Jalen, being a safety, you're kind of in a lot of ways the last line of defense, and they've got some guys that can really take the top off of defense. How do you guys match up with those wide receivers?
I think from a mentality standpoint, that's all it really comes down to. You know, who wants to lay it down and who is not afraid for the challenge. Najee Harris, Robinson, all the way down to the fourth back are all physical backs, and I know what they're capable of. So we just have to be ready when it does break out to make the play and make sure they don't have an explosive play out of it. But like I said, I have much respect for those guys' game. They obviously showed why they're top-tier backs. So like I said, we just have the mentality to come down and hit and just play our game. And if we do that, we'll be able to stop them and keep them from having explosive plays, which is what they capitalize on through the past couple games.
Tom?
Yeah, Grant Morgan gets a lot of respect and praise for how he lines guys up. Sam has talked about that with us the last couple of times we talked to him. And I'm wondering, when he's not there, how does that work? Who does it? And, you know, what do y'all need to do in his absence?
It's just a next man up mentality. I know we have a lot of people rotating through Hayden Henry, Andrew Parker, Jackson Woodard. I mean, it's different people rotating in, but it's just next man up mentality. So whoever's in starting the next linebacker position has to come in and be vocal. I know coaches are looking at me to kind of be the guy to also make sure everything's lined up well too. So I don't mind taking on that role and making sure things are running smoothly. But when it comes to a linebacker standpoint, it has to be the next man up. And I believe in the guys that are behind them to do their jobs and take care of business up there. So I'm excited to see them play and excited for this game this weekend.
Yeah, he's a semifinalist for the Buckus Award. What have you seen in front of you out of him this season?
He deserves it. There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, the way he's played this whole entire year, the way he's led as a person and a player on the field, and just his play itself speaks for itself as well. So there's no brainer why he's on the list, and I'm proud of him. I've seen the work he put in to get there, and Coach Rose has done a great job to put him in a great position, and he's just capitalized off the great coaching he's had. But I'm proud of him. I'm glad that I'm getting that recognition because he definitely deserves it.
I had a question for you about a classmate, KJ Jefferson, what you were able to see from him, and basically, you know, the future for Arkansas at quarterback. What has made him go in and be successful like he was last week?
I've seen KJ from the very get-go, watch film, just looked up to Felipe, made sure that he was next to him, and just kind of watching him. And when it was time for him to go in, he did his thing, and I was proud of him. And I think he showed that he can be that top quarterback in the country, and he can lead this team in the years to come. But I was excited to see him get his opportunity and make the most of it. And he just utilized his opportunity. So I was proud of him, and I knew the work he put in to get to that moment. And he did. He played a great job. He played a great game.
Nikki.
You mentioned Coach Carter. He was a Jim Thorpe Award semifinalist, within this last decade. So how has it been with him, contributing to coaching you? And is he kind of a mentor for you? And how is it different having someone who's been there, done that, coaching you?
It's definitely it's positive for me, because I actually have someone that's been through the process of it, had a great season, a great career. So he's kind of talked to me on how he handles things, and kind of just off the field stuff too. He kind of mentors us and our DBs, and he's like I said before, he's one of the best DB coaches you can have, because he's so young, so he kind of can talk our language, I like to say, and just puts things in the perspective that we can understand, and understand kind of what he went through. I think it speaks volumes that he's actually been in his position, actually done things that we've experienced or want to experience. So I'm just blessed that he's our coach, and I'm able to look at him as someone that I can mentor off of, and someone that I can kind of talk to if I have a question about this or that. So it's definitely a blessing for sure.
Trey.
Yeah, Jalen, I asked Coach Pippen, what happened basically in that fourth quarter against Missouri, and he's kind of indicated that you guys got out physical basically. Alabama makes a living doing that to other teams. They just lean on you. How do you guys flip the script and take what you and learn, I guess, from mistakes in the Missouri game and apply it against Alabama?
Coach called this game as how we're going to respond. Definitely Mizzou was a game that we like to put behind us, because we just felt like we weren't ourselves, and they kind of attacked our weaknesses that game. And but like I said, we just got to respond, come together, and play the defense that we know that we can. Like I said, Coach Odom hasn't backed down from us at all. It was a next game mentality, and we're going to the game with the same mentality we have every single game, that we out physical someone, that we can win the game. Like I said, I know Bama's known for being physical, and they're well coached, and they have some great players. But I feel like if we can be physical and match it and just do our assignments, I think we can play a great, close, and come on top of fourth quarter and full quarter game for sure. But I know Coach Owens has a great plan for us, and I know that we can come on top if we execute it.
Tom.
Hey, Jalen, on the broadcast of the LSU game, Matt Stinchcomb said he didn't know what else you could have done on that hit over the middle that got you the targeting call. You turned your body. I'm just wondering if there's any teachable thing that if the same type of play happens again, what you could do in that case.
I just got to play football. Things like that are going to happen where you get put in that position, and you can't shy away from contact. So you just have to be, like I said, be smart about what you do. If you feel like the guy is giving up and is already down, and you feel like you don't need to make a play on it, then shy away. But at the same time, you don't want to take the physical part out the game. So you feel like you can make a hit and keep it as clean as possible, then why not? So I know that's not going to stop me from doing what I do. I'm going to keep being physical, and if there's an opportunity for me to go hit, then I'm going to go take my shot for sure. But like I said, it was a tough call, but it is what it is, and I moved on from it and play a full game with my team.
Nikki.
Jalen, I don't know if we'll get to talk to you again after the Bama game. So just kind of reflect on this season, the growth that you guys have had as a defense, and just the general, attitude shift since Sam Pittman was brought on board.
I think Pittman changed our whole mindset from the get-go with what he sold to us, and kind of what he wanted our team to be about. And I think everybody bought in right when he stepped in the building, and we just kept developing to the point that we just want to run through a brick wall for him. I mean, he's a great coach, and the coaches that he brought behind him speaks volumes to where how our season's like. Like I said, I wish we'd pull some wins together, but I do feel like our mentality changed. We kind of went to every game with a mindset of knowing that we can win this game. And that doesn't change this week at all. We go in knowing that we can win this game. And that's the mentality that he's brought to our whole team. So Pittman just kind of set the whole tone of this program, and I see great things down the road for his program. But, like I said, we're not done yet. We got to play this game and come out on top for sure. But like I said, I'm blessed to have Coach Pittman as our coach, and glad to have all the support from the coaches behind him as well.
Anybody have another for Jalen? All right, Jalen, thanks.